Here's something that's happening right now in companies. A beginner level data analyst with 3 months of experience is outperforming a senior analyst with 5 years of experience. Not because they are smarter, not because they are harder, but because they know how to use AI. A study by IBM found that data professionals spend roughly 80% of their time preparing data, like cleaning it, formatting it, searching for it, and only about 20% of their time goes for the actual analysis. That says for every hour of insight a data analyst produces, they spend 4 hours on work that never directly appears in any report or dashboard. That ratio is what AI is here to change. Tasks that once took hours can now be completed in minutes. And analysts who know how to use these tools effectively are gaining a significant advantage. So, if you are watching this video, you have a choice. You can be the person who figures this out now, or you can figure it out later when the gap is even bigger. So, hello everyone, and today we are going to break down exactly how AI is changing data analysis, what the smartest analysts are doing differently, and how you can start applying the same approach in your own work. By the end of this video, you will know which tool to use, how to think through data problems with AI, 3 real world examples you can actually apply, and 5 mistakes that trip everyone up at the start. So, we have got a lot to cover, so let's go. So, before we talk about what's changing, let's quickly understand how data analysis has traditionally been done. Imagine you run a restaurant chain and receive thousands of customer reviews every month. You want to know why customers are unhappy. Is this the food quality, delivery delays, packaging issues, or something else? Traditionally, you would export the review into Excel, read through them, categorize them manually, and create charts and then prepare a report, right? The challenge is not that this process is difficult, the challenge is that it's slow. By the time the analysis is completed, the business may have already lost customers and missed opportunities to act on the feedback. And this is not limited to customer reviews. The same challenge exists with sales data, inventory data, financial report, marketing campaign, and many other types of business data. That's where AI is starting to make a bigger difference. Instead of spending most of the time preparing and organizing data, analysts can focus more on understanding it and making decisions from it. So, before we move on, let's get a quick check. How many hours a week do you spend on repeated data work? Drop a numbers in the comment. I'm asking this because the answer is going to matter in about next 5 minutes. Okay, so when people hear AI changes data analysis, they usually think it just does the Excel stuff faster. And yes, that's a part of it. But that's honestly the least interesting part. Here's what AI actually changes, and this is the thing most people miss. Traditionally, data analysis asks what happened, but AI powered analysis help you ask why did it happen, what's about to happen, and what should we do about it. That's not just faster, that's a completely different kind of question. So let me give you one concrete example. You have customer reviews. The old way is you count how many are 1 star versus 5 star. That tells you what happened. New way with AI is you upload all the reviews, you ask the AI to find patterns across the complaints, and it tells you that let's say 38% of the unhappy customer are complaining specifically about delivery time on weekdays evening. That's why it's happening. And from there you can figure out what to do. So stop thinking of AI as a faster calculator. Start thinking of AI as a very capable research partner who has read everything, never gets tired, and it's very good at spotting patterns. So AI is only as useful as what you ask it. And that's actually good news because it means your job as an analyst does not disappear. Your job gets upgraded. You go from doing mechanical work to doing thinking work. Alright, so now let's get into the tools you can actually use for AI powered data analysis. So there are 3 that I want you to walk through. First one is ChatGPT, especially with the advanced data analysis feature, like sometimes also called code interpreter. This one is great for uploading files directly and getting it run to actual analysis on your data. It can generate Python code under the hood, making charts and summarize data. For beginners who just want to upload a file and ask question, this is the most accessible starting point. Second one is Claude, and I'll be very honest. This is the one I lean forward for anything involving complex reasoning or really long data sets. Claude is particularly strong at interpretation when you want it, not just to find numbers but to explain why. It also tends to hallucinate less with data analysis. Third one is Gemini. This one shines when your data lives inside Google's ecosystem. If you're working with Google Sheets, Google Analytics, or anything connected to your Google account, Gemini has native integration that makes the workflow much smoother. So now, here's my practical advice. Don't get confused choosing. Pick one, I'd say start with ChatGPT or Claude, and get comfortable with it before switching. The thinking skill transfer between the tools, the workflow are almost identical. What matter is building the habit. Okay, now that you know what tools exist, but knowing the tool is the easy part. The hard part is knowing what to ask, and that's where 90% of beginners get stuck. So, let me give you a workflow. Three phases. I call them understand, explore, and decide. Let me walk you through each one of them. Phase number one, which is understand. Talk to your data. So, before you ask the AI to do any analysis, you need to make sure it actually understands what it's looking at. This sounds obvious, but most people skip it. They upload the file and immediately go by asking for insights. And then they wonder why the output is weird or wrong. Think of it in this way. Imagine you hired a consultant and it's their first day on their job. Now, instead of learning about your business, they just started making recommendations. You'd be confused, right? So, the first thing you do is to ask AI, describe the data. Not analyze, just describe. Tell me what columns you see, tell me the sample of the values in each column, tell me if anything looks missing or strange. And here's why this matters specifically with AI. AI is genuinely very good at spotting formatting issues, inconsistencies, and missing values. But only if you ask. If you don't ask, it will often work around with these issues and give you the output that sounds correct but it's built on messy data. I'll give you a real example. You upload a sales spreadsheet and there's a column called revenue, but half of the rows have currency symbol included as text, like let's say rupees 45,000, and the other half just have numbers, which is 45,000. To a human eye, this is almost fine, but to an AI trying to calculate an average, this is a problem. So, describe first, validate that the AI understands the structure and the data types, fix issues before moving on. Now, phase number two, explore. Find what's interesting. Once you and the AI agrees on what data is, now you start exploring. And the key mindset here is you are looking for what's surprising. This is where you ask the AI to start finding patterns. Ask it what's unusual. Ask it to compare subgroups. Ask it what questions could this data answer. Ask it what's the biggest difference between these two categories. The best prompt I can give you for this phase is look at this data and tell me three things that are interesting, unexpected, or worth investigating further. Explain why each one caught your attention. And this forces the AI into a mode where it's actually thinking, not just summarizing. And you will often get one finding in there that you never would have found yourself. Because AI is looking at the whole data set at once, not just the parts you happen to be focused on. So, also in this phase, don't be afraid to have a conversation. This is not a one shot prompt. You ask a question, get an answer, ask follow up, and get more detail. Then AI remember your conversation context. So let's say if it says there's an unusual spike in returns in March, you can follow up with which product category is driving that and is it consistent across regions. So here you are interviewing your data. Now phase number three is decide what should actually happen. The most underrated phase. Most beginners stop at phase 2, they get a bunch of interesting insights, but nothing changes. Because the purpose of data analysis is not insights, it's decisions. And your job in phase 3 is to connect your findings to a recommendation. This is where you tell the AI your context. The next prompt can be like, I'm the operation manager at a restaurant chain and I need to present this to my CEO tomorrow morning. Based on what we found, what are the top 3 things I should recommend her to do? Or you can also say it like, this data is for a school principal who needs to improve section B's maths performance before the exam. So based on what we found, what interventions would you prioritize? So here you are asking AI for a decision framework, and because you have done phase 1 and phase 2 properly, the AI has the context it needs to give you something genuinely useful. A quick question. If I gave you a spreadsheet of 2000 customer reviews right now and ask you to find the top 3 complaint categories, what would your current approach? Type it in the comments. Okay, now let's get into the examples. I'm going to walk you through 3 scenarios that are as close to real analyst work as you can get. Example number one, Zomato figuring out why customers are leaving bad reviews. So, a restaurant chain is getting a flood of negative reviews. The operation manager has 3,000 reviews to read. She has no idea if the problem is food quality, delivery time, packaging, or stuff. So traditional approach will be an analyst manually tags reviews in Excel for 2 weeks. By then 3 weekends have passed and thousands of more unhappy customers have been created. Now, the AI approach will be upload the CSV of reviews. Now, you can give a prompt like read all these customer reviews, group the complaints into categories, and rank each category by how often it appears. So, for the top three categories, show me three actual review examples that represent each problem. So, what comes back under a minute is you can see here a bar chart that has been created for negative reviews, complaints by category, delivery time, let's say it's 22 reviews, wrong order, let's say it's 14 reviews, cold food 12 reviews, and rude delivery partner 10 reviews. Now, here's the key phase 3 move. You will follow up. If I can only fix one thing this week, which category should I prioritize for the biggest reduction in negative reviews? And what's one practical change that could address it? Now, AI recommends focusing on delivery time because it's the biggest driver and it's potentially fixable without changing kitchen operation. Specifically, looking at weekday evening orders, which dominate the delivery time complaints. So, the insight is not just delivery is bad, it's weekday evening are the problem. That tells you exactly where to put attention. Now, example number 2 is IPL fantasy. Which player do you pick for the knockout? So, you are playing Dream 11 for IPL knockout match. You have a limited budget. You need to pick 11 players, but knockout performances are very different from league stage. So, some players struggle under pressure, while others step up when it matters the most. So, traditional approach will be 3 hours on quick info, then manually comparing stats and still feeling uncertain. Now, the AI approach will be upload a player start CSV and let's say we have these information. So you'll give a prompt like I'm picking for a knockout match. The opposition has two dominant left arm pace bowlers. So which batsmen in the data set perform the best against left arm pace in high pressure matches? So rank them and explain your reasoning. Now the AI cross-references player performance data and gives you a ranked list. More importantly, it flags two players whose overall average looks mediocre but have exceptional knockout records against left arm pace, exactly the scenario you are facing. So you wouldn't have noticed them from a surface level stat scan. You pick them, they perform, and you win your league. Now, example number 3 is student performance. Why is section B underperforming? So, a school principal has final results for 500 students across 5 sections. So, section B's average score are 12% lower than section A. So, is this the teacher, the student, or something else? So, the traditional approach will be a teacher manually cross tabulates scores, attendance, and class assignment across hours of Excel work. Now, the AI approach will be upload the result spreadsheet. Now, the phase number 1 prompt. Describe the columns in this spreadsheet and flag anything that looks unusual. So let's say AI notices the teacher assignment column changed mid-term for section B's maths class. Now, your phase number 2 prompt will be compare section A and section B across all subjects. Which subject shows the biggest gap? So is the gap consistent across all the subjects or concentrated in a specific one? So let's say AI here finds math score are specifically low in section B. English and science are comparable. The gap opened after the teacher changed in midterm. Now after this, your phase 3 prompt will be what would you recommend the principal to focus on to address this before the next term? What intervention target this specific pattern? Now here the AI will recommend targeted academic support for section B math students specifically, not the whole section, and a transition support plan if there's another teacher change in mid-year. Next, let's have a talk on the 5 mistakes everyone makes. So mistake number 1, uploading raw unclean data and expecting perfect results. Your data has typos, it has inconsistent formats, it has missing values. AI will work with whatever you give it, but if the data is messy, the output will be wrong as well. So do the understand phase first. Now, mistake number 2 is asking one giant prompt instead of having a conversation. What beginners do is they write this prompt. Let's say, analyze this data, find trends, make charts, compare these groups, and give me a recommendation. The result is usually too general and not very useful. So break it into phases, ask one question at a time, build the analysis like a conversation, not like a form submission. Now, mistake number three is trusting numbers without checking them. AI can hallucinate in data analysis. Not often, but it happens. It might calculate an average incorrectly, especially if there are formatting issues. So always check key numbers against what you know. If the AI says average delivery time is 4 minutes and you know it's usually 40 minutes, flag it. Mistake number 4, forgetting to tell the AI what the goal is. If you just say analyze this sales data, the AI doesn't know if you want to pitch to investor, improve operation, or write a blog post. The same data analysis looks completely different depending on the purpose. So always tell the AI who the audience is and what decision needs to be made. Now, mistake number 5, uploading sensitive data to public AI tools. So, this one is very serious. Don't upload real customer names, real email addresses, real financial records, or confidential employee data to a public AI tool. Most major AI providers say they don't train on your data, but the terms of service vary, and you should check. For sensitive analysis, either anonymize the data first or use an enterprise version of the tool with appropriate privacy guarantee. So let's zoom out for a second. I want to address something that's probably in your mind. Will AI replace data analyst? My honest answer is it depends entirely on which kind of analyst you are. If you are the analyst who spent 80% of their time cleaning data, making pivot tables, and generating the same weekly report, then yes, that work is genuinely going to be automated and it's already starting. But if you are the analyst who asks better question, who understands the business context, who can look at a pattern and explain what it actually means for a real decision, that analyst is not being replaced. That analyst is being amplified. Because now instead of spending all their time on the mechanical work, they can spend their time more on thinking work. So the future analyst is someone who treats AI like a very capable team member. You set the direction, you ask the sharp questions, you validate the output, you connect the data to the business. AI handles the heavy lifting part in between. Alright, you have the mental model, you have the tools, you have the examples. The only question is what to do starting tomorrow. So here's a 7-day plan that's actually realistic. Day 1. Pick one tool, let's say ChatGPT or Claude. Create a free account if you don't have one. Now spend 20 minutes just getting familiar with the interface. Day number 2. Find a dataset you already have access to. Your own data is idle. It could be a spreadsheet of your expenses, a class grade sheet, or let's say gym workout log, literally anything. Upload it and do phase 1. Just ask the AI to describe the data, nothing more. Day 3. Same dataset. Here you have to do the phase 2 task. Ask the AI to find 3 interesting or unexpected patterns. See what it comes up with. You are not analyzing for any goal here. You're just exploring. Now, day number 4 is add context. Tell the AI what decision you are trying to make and ask it to frame its finding as recommendation. Compare the output to day 3 output. Notice how much more useful it becomes. Now on day 5, try a new dataset. Use one of the public datasets available on, let's say, Kaggle. It's free. Pick something that interests you. Repeat the 3-phase workflow. Now on day 6, practice mistake proofing. Take any dataset and intentionally introduce a formatting error. Change a column of number to include a currency symbol. Run the analysis. See if the AI catches it in the understand phase. This builds intuition for when to trust and when to verify. Now, the last day, which is day 7. Here you can share something. Post a simple finding from your analysis on LinkedIn, and that's how you build this. So that's it for this video, everyone. I hope this gives you a clear picture of how AI is changing the data analysis. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.